the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here with the OP Racing Premier Superspeedway Series as we head to Talladega Superspeedway for tonight's Monday night outstanding racing action. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest in the booth with me here tonight. It is none other than our Season 2 champion, the one, the only, Rick Seabrands. Rick, how are you doing tonight?
Wow, with an introduction like that, how could I not be good, KR? Thank you so much for the invitation. I am so looking forward to watching this race from this perspective. I am used to holding a steering wheel in my hand for these things, and tonight I get to go out of my comfort zone and hold a mic with you, man. This is going to be fun.
Well, I hope you have a good, fun night. I will never try and pull a driver away from racing, a driver myself at heart, but you know, every now and then we gotta step away from the cars for one reason or another and maybe pick up a microphone and have a good time. Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer are doing that right now.
Getting out of your comfort zone is not a bad thing. Now, when you ask me at the end of this broadcast about that, I might have a different opinion, but I'm gonna have fun, and I can't wait to call this race with you.
All right, well, we are in the final few minutes of practice. Drivers have been warming up. David Overstreet, fastest time in this practice session so far. And Rick, some of your teammates looking a little bit down the chart, but not all of them. Daniel Holloway sitting there in third.
David Overstreet has been on an absolute tear lately, and that whole Checkered Flag Motorsports team, man, I'm not surprised to see one of them guys up front. That team alone has 2 wins already this season. They're having a fantastic season this year.
That they are. Speaking of seasons, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our points coming into tonight's race. Just 2 races remain in the regular season. Hunter Reynolds sitting on top of the leaderboard, 653 points. And that is an outstanding run this season. 2 wins for Hunter. Mark Mann sitting in third. In second. Logan Helton in third. And our top 3, like I said, a little separation from Hunter Reynolds, but Mark Mann, Logan Helton, and Daniel Holloway all sitting very close.
A lot of these drivers, I've noticed when I was looking at these points, KR, so far this season with so many different winners, we have 9 winners altogether this season, and we have 13 drivers that are going to be making that chase. And with only 3 races left in the season, including tonight, there's going to be a lot of drivers getting into the chase just on points. So you're going to see a lot of drivers out here tonight changing their mindset of maybe not going for that win, maybe trying to get in on points, maybe not going for that extra move. Whatever it takes to get into the chase is what's going to have to be done.
Well, Rick, you know, you're sitting 9th in the points here, going to miss this race, this points haul opportunity. But I got to ask, you going to be able to get behind the wheel here and try and finish this season out with a championship run?
I'm hoping so right now. Like a lot of people, and I want to take this opportunity too to say thank you to all the drivers, all the fans, and yourself, KR, for all the well wishes, the prayers, everything. It's been a lot to me. I had to have heart surgery here this past week, and I just want to say it's so important for people out there to listen to their heart, get in there, get the stuff done that you need to. Don't ignore warning signs when it comes to that stuff. It's so important. You know, I'm 44 years old, and now after this little bit of a hiccup in life, I got another 44 years of racing and good times ahead of me, and I can't wait.
Yeah, Rick, I for one am very glad that you're here tonight. I wish you were out on track, but man, a championship driver, I will never not let them in the booth. Maybe Derek Conley, I won't let him in the booth, but no, Rick, just glad to have you here, man, and we do hope that you heal up fast enough and can get back out on the track, but you know, the door's open to you here in the booth at any time.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that. My goal is to get back into the car at some point this season. It might not be next season, it might not be that following season or race. What I just want to do is I just want to make sure that when I get in that car that I am healthy, that I can save the car when it gets loose, and I can do what I have to do to make sure to give my team the opportunity to win and be successful that they deserve.
All right, Rick. Well, you know, like I said, we all hope you get back out there, but our drivers right now finding themselves out here in qualifying. A lot of them running that high, wide, and handsome line in the opening lap. So I want to peer into a championship caliber driver. How do you tackle qualifying here at Talladega?
Well, unfortunately, that is absolutely not my expertise. I can't remember the last time I had a legit pole over here in the Monday Premier Series. There are just so many good drivers over here and so many good teams when it comes to lines and getting your settings made up properly to get those good speeds that you need. It's so hard to tell. I mean, the competition is so tough. It's really anybody's game. It could be with the weather too, set to realistic. Get a little tailwind, you could get a little nose wind, anything could affect that lap.
Daniel Holloway, Josh Milam, first two drivers to cross the start finish line to post a time that is still a lap time that's coming from essentially a warm-up lap. Everyone going to be faster, I expect, the second time around, but Josh Milam saying he's one and done. He's shut it down.
See, that might be the trick there too. I'm not sure. I don't know what's fast here and what isn't. You know, maybe there's something with the tire package or something with the just the way the cars react that maybe one lap is faster than two. We'll certainly find out here shortly.
Derek Conley in the 88 finding himself down on the yellow line down the back stretch. And Rick, who do you think's going to have it on pole? Josh Milam has it for the moment, but some of these other drivers itching to get that.
Well, since Josh was one and done, I'm kind of thinking that he probably knows what he's doing. So I think I'm going to go with Josh.
All right, there you go.
And I'm wrong.
Logan Helton going to jump to the top of the leaderboard with a 53.81, a heck of a lap. That 63 machine on pole for the moment, but still has quite a bit of time in qualifying. Robert Duvendak in the 99 machine making his run. Duvey finding himself in a 14th spot. 15 drivers have taken a qualifying time. Quite a few drivers out on their warm-up laps still, and Logan Helton holding on to that top spot. So, Rick, Logan Helton, well known here around these parts as someone who can not only qualify but can run up front.
Yeah, and how could I ever doubt my teammate? That is something I will probably not be able to let down this coming week. But and see, just right there, Logan did 2 laps, Josh did 1. That's really crazy, just how different it is, you know. And the times are just so equal too. That's really crazy.
All right, so a few more drivers coming through with their qualifying times. Mark Mann in the 04 out on the Speedway. Rick, we've moved to the B-Class car just a couple weeks ago, and you had the opportunity to drive these versus the Cup cars. How are they different in qualifying?
I got one race in with the B car versus the A car, and in qualifying, I didn't notice much of a difference at all. They seemed to get up to speed. The only difference I noticed with the B car was that the B car under braking was a lot different. It just seemed like the B car, especially getting into the pits, you had to have a little bit better brake bias, get that car wound down to hit your marks and be able to get that good pit stop.
5 minutes done and over with in our qualifying session, and we have had 19 drivers take a qualifying time. Logan Helton still on top of the chart with a 53.81. Casey Gilchrist in the 13 out there, along with Les Levy in the 62. He is out on his outlap. getting that 62 up to speed.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe the track is cooling down a little bit. Maybe Les knows something that we don't. Maybe he's waiting for the track to take a little bit of rubber. Maybe he can sneak in here and maybe get a good top 5 starting position.
Tyler Miller jumping up to the top 5. The 89 machine in
really good
5th
lap.
spot, laying down a heck of a good lap. Our rookies this season, Rick, what can you tell us about the rookies out there?
Well, Tyler really shouldn't have that R behind his name. He's been racing like he's a veteran out there. He's been holding his own, been making great moves, been qualifying fantastic. Tyler's been doing a great job. He's normally up there too, and Tyler going out this late, that's a really good run for him to get up there in the top 5.
Sean McCarrick in the 50, making his way around, and Hunter Reynolds in the 26, just qualified in the 4th spot, but our time is starting to tick down.
Yeah, I think the track is losing a little bit of grip. I think the track is starting to heat up a little bit. The sun's out, the cloud cover is kind of being burned off a little bit. I think going out early was the right play here tonight.
Sean Stevens in the 27 machine, making his way into the corner. Right now he is scored in 23rd. Ernie Williams and Dan Harrington have yet to make their run for qualifying. The only 2 drivers in this session that have not made a qualifying attempt yet. But Sean Stevens, Les Levy out on the track, and Stevens down on the apron trying to shorten that tri-oval up, and across the line he's going to go, and he's going to jump up into 9th place. A good effort by Stevens.
Great lap.
And Les Levy, he's making his way to the start-finish line. Across the line he's going to go, and the 62 going to move up into 14th.
Nice lap by them. Again, this track is just losing so much grip right now, being the sun. Sun's been out, it's been beating on it a little bit. It's gotten a little bit too much heat, but still great laps by those guys.
All right, with all of that being said, guys, Sean Stevens, Les Levy, the only 2 drivers out on track, and their qualifying sessions are done. We are going to step away from the national anthem. I'm going to get Rick to calm down a little bit, see if we can't get him to last through all of stage 1. So no one go anywhere. We'll be right back with our starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers have started to take to the grid. That can only mean one thing. It's time to go through tonight's starting lineup. So let's get right into that. On row number 1, the inside pole position. That's the 63 of Logan Helton. On his outside, the 7 of Josh Milam. Row number 2 going to be the 04 of Mark Mann and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 3 going to be the 88 of Derek Conley. On the outside of him, that's the 89 of Tyler Miller. Row number 4 going to be the 99 of Robert Duvendak. James Mayer on the outside. Row number 5, Sean Stevens and Mark the Boss Vega on the outside. Row number 6 going to be the 52 of Randall Cobb and the 53 of Dave Hunt. And our drivers pulling away from the grid. Let's get on to our next round. Daniel Holloway in the 21, Les Levy in the 62. Sean McCarrick and David Booth going to make up row number 8. Row number 9, Casey Gilchrist and Sean McCarra. Row 10, Travis Elliott in the 51 and Jamie Reynolds in the 17 machine. Row number 11 going to Rob Connors and David Overstreet. Row 12, Aspen Belvin and Ernie Williams. Our final starting car here tonight, that's the 82 of Dan Harrington. So Rick, our field is set. Our drivers are rolling out. 25 cars, but only one person's going to win it. I got to ask, who do you think's got the best shot here tonight?
I am going to go with a driver that has not won yet this season. Okay. I'm also going to go with a driver that has been an Alliance Motorsports teammate of mine for a one race and one race only deal. And that was during an endurance event that we raced together back in December. That driver is going to be Derek Conley. There's just something about that driver when it comes to Talladega. And I think tonight the curse of the 88 gets broken.
All right, so Derek Conley, high on your list. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our race info here tonight. And we are at Talladega, as you can well and see. Beautiful weather, as always, here in iRacing. Our click, click, boom, keys to the race. Derek Conley starting to feel the pressure. A few other drivers mentioned being a good pusher, going to work well here. Qualify well. Well, Logan Helton's got that in the bag. And then stage points are important. So we're going to see these guys hang it all out as we get ready to go green flag racing for the first time. Stage number 1 is underway as that flagman furiously waves the green flag. That drag race into turn number 1, Rick. Well, Logan Helton has the advantage.
Great start there by them 3 cars on the inside there. That 63, 04, and 88, they were really hooked up there on the start. They were ready. You're going to see them charge out there. The question is, do you see the 04 leave the 63 here to fill that high line? Looks like he's going to stay with the 63 here early.
Yeah, the 04 getting blocked by the 7. Josh Milam never let that 04 have that open lane to the outside, and now he had that momentum down the backstretch, heads off into turn number 1. The 7 and the 26 teammates for Fuel Sim Racing. Little bit of wiggle out of the 7 of Josh Milam through the corner. But man, does he hold on to it, and he's got a great run. Slides down in front of Logan Helton. One driver going to lead the first lap of this race, and it looks like the 7 of Josh Milam.
It sure didn't take that high line to get long to get organized and get back going there, man. Great job by that Fuel Motorsports team of Hunter Reynolds and Josh Milam there.
25 drivers in this race. 3 stages in total. Stage number 1 going to end at the completion of lap 20. So we will see fuel start to run out of these things around lap 15, 16, maybe even lap 17. So be expecting green flag pit stops about that time. Not only that, but we might have a caution or two here in stage number 1. And Rick, Josh Milam out in the front. How do you plan for this opening stage?
Well, if I'm up in this front pack right here, I'm just praying that I don't tear up a car for a stage. There's nothing worse than tearing up a car for a stage. These guys in the back here, they're just riding around, minding their P's and Q's, trying to race smart here. But you can see that outside line here again. They're starting to get a good run there. Tyler Miller is pushing the heck out of Hunter there.
Miller in the 89 shoves the 26 to the race lead. The 26 going to drop down to that inside line. Tyler Miller now leading the charge in the upper groove. Talladega wide enough for 3 wide, even 4 wide racing. And right now everyone just electing to stay 2 wide.
Looks like that outside line is going to be the preferred line to be in tonight. I've seen that outside line get more runs and get more organized to get that good energy that it takes to clear and get those good runs.
Into turn 1, side by side, the 26, the 89 leading their respective lanes. Josh Milam giving a little bit of room to the 26, not hooked up to his back bumper, but the 95 of James Mayer was digging hard coming off of turn number 2, gave a big shove to the 89 machine, not able to clear the 26, but Tyler Miller really made up some ground down the backstretch.
And see, right now, this is the point of the race where the 95, the 63, the 16s, you know, they've been in this pack here. They've been pushing a little bit, so their temps aren't ideal right now. So James is probably going to have a little bit of problem here trying to get that the 89 of Tyler Miller cleared here so that he can get some fresh air. As you see, they're going 3 wide here, going into 1.
Mark Vega in the 18 jumped up to the high side. He's going to try and take this one up along the wall. And I can tell you, he's dropping back just a little bit. Needed to pinch down some through the corner, but a little early for pinching down. However, he's going to get a good run down the backstretch.
That middle lane got a great run there. When them guys got on that outside there, it kind of gave James a little bit of momentum there to help get that 89 clear. And then he jumps down in front of Hunter right away.
So 2 cars in the 3rd lane. Tyler Miller dropping down to the bottom, just showing that second groove being the preferred line, the fastest line, and then everyone trying to get down to the inside. Logan Helton, driver in the 63, qualified on pole. Here he is, 4th car on the inside line. He has been trapped down on the bottom. We know he's got some speed. He just has not been able to do it. First, Josh Milam in the 7 got by on the high side, dropped down to the inside. Then Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Now, most recently, Tyler Miller in the 89 machine, making that very same move, shuffling the 63 all the way back to the 4th car on the inside. Now at James Mayer.
And that 53 of Dave Hunt, he is such a tremendous race car driver, man. He worked really hard there to get that 95 clear. And it's a great feeling when you work that hard and they do clear and get some fresh air.
Few drivers coming on the pit road. Tyler Miller going to lead that group, along with the 88 of Derek Conley, the 99 of Robert Duvendak. Early pit stops here, but this is going to carry them to the rest of the stage.
That's a big group, 8 drivers there too. They're going to be really fast when they come back out of here too, especially if they get organized. I'll be interested to see what these guys on track do this next time around.
Mayer in the 95 machine, your race leader, but quickly losing it as the 53 of Dave Hunt has the momentum on his side. Now Hunt going to drop down to the bottom. He takes over the race lead. Sean Stevens giving him a good shove to get into that position. Now, when will our next group of drivers hit pit lane? Looks like we got 3 cars peeling off. This one coming from Checkered Flag Motorsports. David Overstreet, Les Levy, and David Booth going to pit as a team.
Buck Wild up there right now, taking up 3 of the 4 spots up front. Great start to this race for those guys.
Did you say Buck Wild?
Buck Wild.
Oh, I guess it's time for my favorite racing gift. The Bucks are wild out here tonight. And the 53 out in front with the 27 of Sean Stevens trying to take that lead away from him. Not getting it done just yet. Or dropping down in front of him just yet, I should say. Stevens had him cleared going into the corner, but elected to stay on the high side.
They're doing a great job of working together up there, controlling them lanes, just being smart, logging laps here. It's a great job. Great start to the race for them.
Randall Cobb in the 52. Second car in the outside lane. So Buck Wild really starting to stack the deck in their favor here, controlling this race. Keep in mind, we've had two groups of drivers hit pit road, so we got different strategies starting to play out here. Stage is at the end of lap 20, so it's going to go one of two ways here. Either pitting early is going to work well, or it's going to work against you.
That first group of cars that pitted together, there was 8 of them, and it looks like 4 of them got out really well together. They are hooked up and they are making time right now. So depending on what these front cars do here, they might be sitting in a pretty good spot, that earlier group that pitted.
Tyler Miller leading this group of drivers. He is out in front of everyone who has made a pit stop. Last time around, Tyler Miller turned a 50.22. Dave Hunt, Sean Stevens, a 50.88. So Tyler Miller really moving and grooving. Like you said, Rick, this group a little bit faster right now.
Yeah, they got in, they got out, they got organized, and that's what it takes right here. These guys still have to make that pit stop here, and that just cuts off a little bit of time. Granted, they might take a little bit less fuel, or maybe they'll get lucky and they'll get a caution here, and that might just alleviate that whole situation for them. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out here in the next 10 laps.
The bane of every single crew chief, race engineer, everybody who tries to come up with a strategy, that danged old yellow flag.
It gets you every time.
Race winning strategies have gone up in smoke who knows how many times because of a caution coming out at the worst possible time for one driver, but a best possible time for another.
Yeah, it looks like this front group up here has just kind of settled in. They've kind of just decided to just race, maybe save a little fuel here, and maybe just kind of see what happens here in the next few laps. I don't see a whole lot of action out of them, and that's just being smart drivers too. Save this car, let's get to the stage, and let the chips fall where they may.
I took off from the broadcast booth, joined y'all in the racing for season 5, made 3 races, and they all went about as good as I expected them. Rick crashed everybody and made sure I hit everything but the pace car.
And you did exactly what everybody else thought you would too. I mean, no, seriously though. I mean, it was great having you out on track. I mean, this is one of the toughest leagues around. Okay, some of these drivers are just phenomenal race car drivers, and it's hard. It is really, really hard to just step away from this and then just come in and expect to be successful. It just doesn't work that way.
And yet we have so many different winners this season. Repeat wins are even rarer amongst each and every season. And that just goes to show you that each and every week, any one of these guys is capable of winning.
There's so many great drivers in this series that have never won a race, and to let alone get a win during a season or 2, it's just so much has to go your way and so much has to go right. I mean, it's just phenomenal racers and just great drivers all around.
So working lap 13, we do have one car not on the lead lap. That is Sean McCara in the 71. A bit of a pit stop issue for him. 12, almost 13 seconds in his pit stall. Everyone else he pitted with right at 6 seconds. So a long pit stop for the 71, finding him 1 lap down. Good news for him, he's the only car 1 lap down as of right now. Stage coming to an end in about 7 laps, so he's got a good shot at getting back on the lead lap.
Yes, he does. Just stay in it. You know, you can afford to have an early incident and get behind here a little bit early on, even go 2 laps down and still get it back. But you can't really afford to have those mistakes later on in the race. If you're going to have them and you're going to make them, you best do it early.
Fastest lap of the race going to the 77 of David Booth. He is one of the drivers that has made a pit stop. He is in the second group of vehicles that are looking like they're mixing it up right here.
I just seen that too.
You'd think they'd all want to just either try and run single file or side by side, but they have decided that they are going to scramble each other's eggs in the basket. And the 77 of David Booth, though, did pick up the fastest lap. So they were hauling it around here pretty quickly, but things changed in each and every race, each and every corner.
And David Booth, I was just looking at him. He is 21st in the points right now. He was a part of the championship chase last season. And without a win this season, he might be on the outside looking in. So I look for him to be making some moves here in these next coming races to try and get that win, to be a part of the chase this season.
All right, we're on lap 15 of 94. Randall Cobb in the 52, down on the bottom, out in front of the 27 of Sean Stevens. Fuel tanks starting to run out for the drivers who have not hit pit road. That looks like they're going to make it another lap. The 52 not making that break for pit lane. Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt, and Sean McCarrick right there, your top 4 cars. Mark Vega and the 18 machine, and Sean McCarrick. Sorry, I almost said McCarrick. It's trying to, their names are so close, it's throwing me for a loop.
And back just to button up that Sean McCarrick 1 lap down deal, my sources are saying that he did not get into his box correctly when he did pitted. So again, that's something that he can clean up, and he can get back out there, and he can get his lap back here in probably the next 4 or 5 laps.
In a race where mistakes can pile up and can create problems, one of the things that you really got to focus on is hitting your pit stall. But Sean, you know, he's no stranger to this racing. He's been out here, and that's a mistake he can easily overcome.
And that just comes back to what I said earlier on with these B cars and these Xfinity cars. They seem to break a little bit different, getting onto pit road and getting into your box. They seem to just don't react the way they would like in a truck or a Cup car or an ARCA car. They just take a little bit of getting used to. I'm sure that team will get that figured out.
Well, the lollipop man needs to be fired if they can't. Always blame someone.
Maybe get a bigger lollipop.
Get a bigger lollipop. Blame somebody other than the driver. They got enough going on. Drivers are perfect. We all know that. They never make mistakes.
Never. It's always somebody else's fault.
Absolutely. Here comes another round of green flag pit stops. Randall Cobb in the 52, going to lead 4 cars on the pit road. Dave Hunt, Sean Stevens, and Sean McCarrick all hitting pit lane. That is all Buck Wild Racing. James Mayer in the 95 takes over the top spot.
Good organized stop there by Buck Wild. Looked like everybody got down. Looks like everybody's getting into their box right. This is going to be a good stop for them.
Derek Conley in the 88. Starting to make his way onto the front stretch. He leads the drivers who had previously pitted. He's going to make quick work of Buck Wild Racing as they had just cleared pit road. So that's a good sign for this first group of drivers who hit pit road, how easily they cleared the rest of the field, or those 4 drivers who made great pit stops.
Yeah, I have to think that the group that stayed out and did not pit was kind of banking on a caution. Maybe they were thinking that these cars, they just dance around too much, and maybe they were going to get away with a caution here, because pitting early just seems like it was such an advantage for these cars. And if you're Buck Wild and you see those Empire guys and all them the checker flag guys blow by them like that, it's a really, really sick feeling.
The good news is only 11 cars haven't hit pit road yet, so maybe these 11 cars, when they come down pit road, as we are getting close to the end of the stage here, we're getting ready to tick over to lap 20. The 95 machine out in front, and you got to wonder, is he going to be able to stretch this to the end of the stage?
I didn't think you'd be able to stretch a full fuel run here with these cars here today, but maybe you can stretch it, but maybe the cool down lap might be a little bit tougher here. We're going to find out here shortly.
We are going to find out as we start our final lap here in stage number 1, and they have not come down pit road. James Mayer in the 95 out in front. That's going to leave you for, the 63 of Logan Helton making a move on the outside of the 21. He's got a huge run. Look at this. I think the 95 and everyone else is slowed up to allow themselves enough fuel.
That's what they're doing. I think they finally realized that they're going to be struggling with fuel, as Logan and some others have been saving this whole time.
James Mayer down to 177 miles an hour. Logan Helton wide open, just pulling away.
If Logan makes this around and gets this stage and gets back into the stop, that's going to be a tremendous job by him and that whole team to steal this stage.
So here we go, coming to the end of the stage. Logan Helton in the 63, your pole sitter, going to come away with stage number 1. Mark Vega with a good run on the outside. Mark Mann trying to make it happen as well.
Great job by those guys. Now they have to do 2 cool down laps. So let's see if they did save enough fuel here for the cool down laps.
So the 63 picking up that stage win as the caution flag comes out. And then Derek Conley was out in front of everyone who made a pit stop. Logan Helton already dropping down to the apron. We'll see if he's going to have to hit pit road this time or if he's going to be able to catch up to the pace car. But man, that is going to be very close. Our information was 15 to 17 laps of fuel, and Logan Helton made it 20. Now make it 21.
Yeah, that's really good. They must have been saving right from the drop, and that's really good strategy by that team. As you can see, they're all under power still, and they're catching up to the pace car, so they got plenty of fuel to get back around. That's good on them. Good stage for those guys. Good strategy.
The 95 of James Mayer didn't feel he had enough fuel. He's on pit road.
And that's the thing. Take the penalty, throw away the stage points, get in there, and do not run out of gas under these cool down laps. It's not worth it.
So Helton in the 63, still under his own power, still slowing down and catching up to the pace car. Mark Mann, Josh Milam, your top 3. All right, pit road going to be very busy because I believe everybody's going to make these pit crews work on this go-around.
Oh, yeah, 4 tires, full fuel, everything here. Give me the works.
Big stack up as everyone caught up to the pace car, and Logan Helton leads Mark Mann and Josh Milam down on the pit road. Mark Vega in the 18 running out of fuel. He is slowly making his way into his pit stall. So there you go. That was one of the drivers getting caught out.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about seeing a pit stop here into the stage. I mean, if these guys just prove that they can do at least 20 laps now, and with these stage cautions, or with these cautions during this next stage, 18 laps of green shouldn't be a problem for them. We're going to see some good, hard racing here.
So Logan Helton winning the race off of pit road and the stage. So let's get right into it. And Rick, I'm going to throw you under the bus, and I'm going to let you interview our stage 1 winner.
I have caught up with Logan Helton. Logan, you are a magician. That is an incredible job of saving fuel out there. Tell me how you did that.
Well, there's this cool thing called pedals, and you get a clutch pedal, and sometimes you could hit it while going fast, and it'll save a little bit extra fuel. And there's also a thing called teammates that I'm very thankful for that help me know how much fuel I need to save before I can go.
You're going to have to show me a thing or two like you usually do anyways when I get back out there. But tell me, how early in your run did you guys decide that this was going to be the strategy for the first stage?
I think it's whenever we saw more and more cars get in front of me and Mark on the bottom. And I think the top was very dominant, and we couldn't pass them from the bottom. So we thought, why not try this? And we saw how close we were, so we thought it was worth it, seeing how early other people pit.
That's incredible. I did not expect that. I did not think you guys were going to make it. But go ahead and tell me, what's it going to take to get this second stage win?
Just teamwork once again. We should be able to make it on fuel this stage. I'm even saving right now, just in case. And I think, again, just working with your team and keep controlling the lanes.
You are the man out there, buddy. Go get him out there tonight. We'll be watching for you. And good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you, Mr. Rick.
All right, that was Logan Helton, our stage 1 winner, with an interview done by none other than Rick Seabrands. Rick, you made it through stage 1. How you feeling?
I feel great. And I tell you what, that kid teaches me something new every day, man. There was no way that I thought those guys were going to make it. I thought for sure they were going to have to make a late pit stop, and maybe I thought for a second they might take a little bit less fuel to maybe gain a little bit of track position on them Empire guys. But boy, they proved me wrong, man. They did a tremendous job.
All right, so stage 2, I think the answer is everybody can make it on fuel from here. Lights have gone out on the pace car. Do want to give a shout out to Maxine, Cody, and Mara and Tammy. Thank you very much for checking in. Rick also checking in on YouTube, but I got you right here, bud, so I don't have to tell you thank you.
That's right.
You are trapped in the booth with me for as long as you want.
Lucky me, right?
Right?
Again.
People have died for this opportunity. Well, I
Again,
mean, like I clubbed them over the head and drug them in here, but
That's right. That's right. Again, if I can't be holding the steering wheel, I might as well be holding the mic here, enjoying this action, learning a thing or two. Holy smokes. I've been away for so long. I thought you had to make pit stops during these stages. I just learned something from my notes.
I gotta say, I do believe this is the first time this season I have not seen people come down pit road.
And we'll probably have a rule change for that. So we probably won't see that again. But you know what? I'll work on that for a little bit and see if I can't perfect that like my teammates just did.
Yeah, Logan Helton played that to perfection. Not only that, but he won the race off of pit road. So your pole sitter, your stage 1 winner, going to be restarting on the inside of row number 1. Mark Mann in the 04 on his outside. Then it's the 88 of Derek Conley and the 62 of the Busta Nut Les Levy on the outside for row number 3. Josh Milam, Tyler Miller making up our 3rd row for this restart. And man, if stage 2 going to be anything like stage 1, we had some great, outstanding racing. Only one car not on the lead lap. That is Mark Vega. He got caught out, running out of fuel, trying to stretch that. So that's how close that was. Mark Vega wasn't able to make it. Logan Helton did. So pace car down and away. We wait for the long, agonizing. Rick, this thing is so long. I wish iRacing would fix it. How a driver can stand a restart here at Talladega, I'll never know, because I sure as heck can't. Either way, the green flag comes out, and we are back under green for stage number 2. This one going to end at the completion of lap 40. We're already on lap 25, so this is going to be a quick stage, and everyone should have enough fuel to make it from here.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more racing in this stage and probably a lot less riding around, preserving your car kind of thing. Now that everybody knows you can make it, these guys are going to be making moves and probably trying to go for those positions.
63 of Logan Helton, a big internet bubble right there, but gets his car connected back to the track, and Derek Conley on his back bumper pushing hard. The 88 machine really shoving that 63, trying to get everyone up to speed, but Mark Mann in the 04 and the
Big
62 warp. Yeah, big warp. Jimmy Reynolds in big trouble. Contact at the back.
Yeah, that started up there at the front. That's really unfortunate back there. That it almost looked like Logan's car disappeared there or something.
And Jimmy Reynolds gets smashed in the back end. The yellow flag gonna come out for this. Let's see if we can't take another look at it. Mark Vega in the 18 getting involved. He was the only car 1 lap down, and unfortunately with that happening, he's not going to be able to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, just a humongous checkup on the bottom there with that little bit of net code going on. And Jimmy looked like he made a little contact, went up high, and there was just no place for Mark Vega to go there.
So the caution flag coming out for the first time for an incident, and The 17 of Jimmy Reynolds heavily torn up in the back end, but outside of that, didn't look like he hit anything on the front. So good news for the 17. Still has that one fast repair available, but man, you'd hate to see it here in stage 2 be used up.
And I'm not holding that wheel, and I don't know what he's feeling, but if I don't have to use that quick repair at this point in the race, I am not using it. See if my crew can't get it fixed enough where I can't just be out there and just maintain to the next stage and see what we got.
I do know it seems like the strategy on the fast repairs is try and get to stage 3. You want to be fast enough to stay on the lead lap. And if you can get it fixed to where you stay on the lead lap, get to stage 3, get you that new car and get back out there.
Yeah, and Vega being a lap down here, so Jimmy really wouldn't want to go another lap down and then trap himself a lap down for the final stage. It's a cat and mouse game. It just depends on how many RPMs he's seeing right now in his car and kind of what he's feeling. Things happen so quick here at Talladega, though, man. That happened all the way up front, and Jimmy was back there running like 15th, 16th, and for it to start back for the wreck to happen back there, it's incredible how things happen so quick here.
It is. And with that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick little break, catch our breaths. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our caution starting to come to a close as we get ready to fire our drivers off once again and let them settle this one out. Mark Mann on the inside of row number 1 for this restart. On his outside, the 62 of Les Levy. Tough break for the 63 of Logan Helton. He is back working on the internet, having to try and get it tuned back in. We'll see if he can make it out here, but that is going to be a hard one to overcome for the 63 as he is going to go multiple laps down. Mark Mann bringing this field to the green flag, and here we go once again, Rick.
And look at that outside line. Travis Elliott and Hunter Reynolds all pushed on there. All three of those guys are lined up good with Les. Mark Mann right now doesn't have any help on that low line.
Mark Mann waiting patiently for the 89 of Tyler Miller to get to his back bumper, but it's going to be too little too late as Les Levy drops down to the inside. The 62 out in front. He's leading this charge. Gets a good shot from the 04 Mark Mann, and man, that's going to leave Travis Elliott in the 51 out in front on this outside lane.
Yeah, Les is starting to come back here a little bit on this low lane now, but I expect that outside lane. All night long, it's just been getting that energy that it takes to get back here to the line.
I can report that the 63 of Logan Helton has made it out onto the track. Bad news for him. He is all by himself, in danger of going another lap down. The good news, well, between him and Mark Vega, they're the only two cars not on the lead lap. So Logan Helton not out of this one just yet, but not in a good situation for sure.
Yeah, if Logan could get hooked back up with this pack and maybe stop the bleeding a little bit and maybe see if he can't get back up front of him and maybe lead him a little bit, he definitely has his work cut out for him tonight.
That is going to be a big hole to dig out of, but if I wanted a driver behind the wheel that could dig out of this kind of situation, that 63 is the one to do it for sure.
Absolutely.
Back up front, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Out in front, Sean Stevens in the 27 leading that lap. Stevens not yet clearing the 26, not dropping down in front of him, but that 27 has Robert Duvendak in the 99 pushing on his back bumper, and right behind him, that's the 46 of David Overstreet.
All three of them drivers on the outside line are really hungry drivers, man. They're looking for their first win of this season, and all are very capable of making that happen here tonight.
Some big wiggles from that outside lane down the back stretch, causing them to scatter just a little bit. They all gather it back in, but man, it caused them to break up, lost some momentum, but they are gathering it right back up. The 27 surging ahead down the front stretch.
Don't look down, but they're trying to get that third line formed up again. Those Alliance Motorsports drivers of James Mayer and Daniel Holloway, they're trying to get that third line going up there to see if they can't gain a little track position. But it just seems like it stalls out too much tonight. I don't know if the temperatures are just too hot for these cars and they just can't get that good push and that good energy, but they're giving it a good effort tonight.
One of the things I have seen, one of the things I have learned, Rick, is the closer you can run down to the car that's on your inside, the better chance you have of generating that big run. Right now, the 95 not pushing hard on the 50. He's staying up in his own lane, and that really causes that outside lane, the far outside lane, to maybe not build up as much speed.
And you're right, and that hurts a little bit, the 21 there, because the 21 wants to peek out a little bit to the right to get that fresh air to that engine and keep those temps nice and cool. And when you're up there more by the wall, you're not getting that fresh air that you need. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it can be done. Ernie Williams is probably one of the best I've ever seen at doing it, and I have a lot to learn when it comes to it too. And any chance I get to work with him up there on that high line, I usually try and take advantage of it, just to take notes and learn.
I can tell you what Ernie Williams' secret is. He goes and rips the lip at them dirt tracks.
99 jumps up there right in front of the 95. They might have some good energy here with the 95, especially being as cool as he is. He might be able to give that Robert Duvendak a good push here up front.
Travis Elliott in the 51, jumping up in front of the 27 of Sean Stevens. Elliott trying to take over the race lead, but you are right, that 99 when he jumped up there, he had a good bit of run going. He has pulled the 95 and the rest of those drivers in the outside lane up into this battle for the race lead.
And if they keep this momentum going, the 99 should be able to clear that middle lane here sometime going down this backstretch. As Hunter goes up to the middle lane now to try and get some energy past Travis. Here comes that outside line again.
Oh,
they
Les
touched a little
Levy
bit.
almost getting into it with the 27.
Look at that run they got there. Great job by that group.
Everyone's starting to scramble all over this super speedway. We got them high, we got them low, we got them in the middle, and we're going to see 3, 4 wide even as we are getting closer to the end of stage number 2.
And that's just the product of this racing too. But these cars, they get so hot so quick. It just seems like within 2.5 laps, these cars are already starting to spit a little water out of the hood. So that's why you're moving around so much. You're trying to get any kind of gulp of air you can to that engine to try and get it cooled so you can get just a little bit more push to get that driver in front of you clear.
The 00, that is Rob Connors, third car in that outside lane. Connors has gained 12 positions to be where he is at. Travis Elliott making the biggest gains so far in this race, 16 positions from where he qualified. Elliott, the second car down on the inside.
3 wide, 5 deep. What more could you ask for on a Monday night?
I don't know, 4 wide?
Let's not push things.
Oh, we're coming to the end of the stage. Let's absolutely push it. Duvendak in the 99, surging ahead, but not able to clear the 26 just yet. Heading off into turns 1 and 2. Just a few laps left here in stage number 2. Nobody going to have to hit pit road for a fuel dash of fuel, whatever you want to call it. I do want to point out the 18 of Mark Vega doing something very smart. He's the only car on his lap. He is just 1 lap down. And why bother being involved in another crash? He has dropped back a little bit. He is going to get the free pass here when we get to the end of the stage. And there goes an engine. Travis Elliott in the 51 blew his engine. Sean McCarrick had nowhere to go, got all sorts of tangled up, damage on the front end of the 50, but Travis Elliott going to drop down to the inside here.
And that really broke up that front pack there a little bit. And that's what I'm talking about with these cars trying to move around. Just getting just a little bit of gulp of air is all it takes. But it is so hard to do that with the way these cars heat up.
So Travis Elliott in the 51, his engine has expired. We'll see if he can get in and out of his pit stall without losing a lap. It is going to be close for him. Not only that, he does not have any help. So we'll see if that battle to be the first car 1 lap down is going to heat up between Travis Elliott and Mark Vega.
Right now, I think Vega's still sitting in the perfect spot. He's a smart race car driver. He's a winner this season, and he's just going to be back there minding his P's and Q's, and he's going to take advantage of this stage here shortly.
Josh Milam, our race leader. Robert Duvendak in the 99 pushing on him. Leading the outside lane is the 95 of James Mayer and the 21 of Daniel Holloway on his back bumper. Duvendak sliding up to the high side. We're working lap 38 of 94. Stage coming to an end here at the completion of lap 40. And our drivers at the front trying to start to make the final move, if you will.
It just seems like for a short little burst to run that you want here, it just seems like that low line just gets all the energy here as the 26 is really pushing hard on the 7 here.
Connors in the 00 getting a little bit loose, coming off of turn 4, drop down to the inside, gathers it back in, gets into line without losing a spot.
Really close races out there, man. The way these cars are moving around, the way the air moves off of them, these cars, they're just right on top of each other.
7 cars just turned their fastest lap of the race. You wouldn't believe it, but all 7 cars in this lead pack. Oh, Josh Milam's going to go around. He's going to smack the inside wall, a single car incident. So we stay green. The 99 of Duvendak out in front with the 95 on his back bumper. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 trying to close that inside line up. He gets a shove from the 88 of Derek Conley. We're going to go side by side as they come to 1 more lap to go here in stage 2.
That 88 on pushed on that 26. This could be trouble for the rest of the field here. They work really well together.
Former teammates going their separate ways this year. The 26 staying at FSR, Derek Conley in the 88 starting a new team. Travis Elliott in the 51 going to go one lap down. That's going to complicate things for Mark Vega. If that 51 can get tucked in here, he will stay the first car one lap down. But here we go, 3 wide. James Mayer poking his nose out as they're working their way through 3 and 4 for the final time. Rick, why don't you call us to the end of this stage?
Derek clears on that outside. He's going to have good energy here from his teammate in the 99, Robert Duvendak, coming back to the line here. Let's see if they can get hooked up here. And I think that middle lane is going to prevail here as they are hooked up, and the 88 does have that energy with the 99, and it looks like Derek is going to take this stage.
Derek Conley at the line picking up stage 2. Robert Duvendak in the 99, Hunter Reynolds in the 26. All of them very, very close finishes.
Wow, that was exciting to watch there. That was really unfortunate what happened there to James, though. He was pushing hard on Robert Duvendak, and I think James was just so hot with his temperatures, he just had to get out of there. Otherwise, he was going to end up probably like Travis Elliott. And like I said before, you do not want to destroy a car for a stage. It just isn't worth it.
So Conley not destroying a car, picking up stage number 2 here in that 88 machine, working his way around to catch up to the pace car. We'll let him get on and off pit road before we pull him up here and hear about how he did it. And Rick, as a driver, 2 stages are in the books. Now you got a chance here to catch up to the pace car, catch your breath. How are you trying to think and reset yourself for this final stage?
Well, if I'm that front pack, I've already checked off one major goal, and that's keeping a fresh car for this final leg of the race here. That's going to be the most important, because you're going to have green flag pit stops, and you're going to have more 3 and probably going to get your wish of 4 wide racing here, KR. These guys are hungry. It's getting close to the chase. These guys are amped up and they're ready to race.
Speaking of the chase, let's go ahead and take a moment to talk about our remaining schedule. We have 2 races left, April 19th and April 26th. We go to Daytona International Speedway next week, and then we head to the Legacy Daytona International Speedway, April 26th. That is our final race of the regular season. Just 13 drivers going to make it into our wild card round. Just 3 races in that first chase round, and we're going to whittle it down to 8 drivers. So from 13 to 8 drivers in 3 races, a lot of pressure there.
Got to be perfect. Got to be perfect to advance.
So field making its way on the pit road. Derek Conley in the 88, leading our drivers on the pit lane. Everyone going to hit pit road here. Travis Elliott in the 51. I believe he's going to get the free pass, and he does as he accelerates past the pace car.
Like Derek will be the first car off of pit road, followed by Daniel Holloway here. Looks like they probably just did 2 tires or maybe just fuel only.
All right, so the 88 down and away. And Rick, you did so good with our first broadcast, or your first interview on the broadcast. How about you take it away for stage 2?
Derek,
what's up,
I am
Rick?
so impressed with what I just seen from you out there. That was a tremendous move there to get that position to push Hunter out there far enough to get up in front of Robert. How did you do that?
A lot of luck. I mean, we were 3 wide forever. Starting on the bottom off that last restart, I actually made it back to about 20th and rode there until I think it was close to around 5 laps to go on the stage. And I decided I wasn't going to get any points just sitting back there. So just kind of lane hopped, used everybody's draft to try to get up there. And I got lucky, unfortunate for Travis, but I got lucky whenever he blew his engine. And I just beat David Overstreet down to the bottom. I knew he was going to try to take it. I was just a tad bit more aggressive than him going down to the bottom. And luckily for all of us, he knew I had the position at his left corner, so he backed out of it. And I was able to come up and push Hunter enough to be able to get in front of my teammate Duvey and onto the stage win.
Well, it was exciting to watch, and that was tremendous teamwork to get that stage. So tell me what's going to have to happen here in this last round here to get this W tonight.
Again, just a lot of luck. I mean, these guys all out here. I mean, anybody that is out here on track can win. I mean, even Logan right here in front of me, he's a few laps down. I'm still not counting him out yet. Everybody on this track has the potential to win at this point. So it's just going to take a lot of luck, a lot of patience, and a lot of striking at the right time. Luckily, this is Talladega. It's one of my favorite tracks. And if I can find some people with the, I was getting ready to say a round word, but instead I'll say guts, to take that fourth lane with me, then I got a pretty good feeling about today.
Well, I'll be looking for it, man. And I tell you what, we'll be rooting for you up here tonight, man. Good luck out there.
Thanks, man. And great to hear you again, man. I know things have been, interesting, but it's great to hear your voice tonight, man. And hope to see you out here soon with us.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man.
That is Derek Conley, our stage 2 winner, and winning the race off of pit road. Gonna start on the inside of row number 1. Logan Helton getting the waiver around. He's gonna get one of his laps back, but he is quite a few laps down. He is on lap 35, everyone else on lap 44. So Logan, well, you heard it from Derek. He's not counting him out just yet.
Yeah, but that's unfortunate, especially when it comes to Talladega. We don't seem to have the kind of cautions that we normally would have, like at a Daytona. So Logan really has his luck cut out for him. But Derek's a smart man. He's not going to count Logan out, and I don't think any of the rest of us are either. But he does have his work cut out for him, and time is a factor too, as these laps are counting away.
One thing I will say is, championships always find a way to make the best of every situation. Logan Helton, he may not give up here tonight. He may never get back on the lead lap. But if you stop and think about it, all it takes is 2 big crashes, and we have 4 or 5 cars drop out of this race. Logan Helton, if he can make up the laps on those 4 or 5 cars that drop out of the race, he's gained those 4 or 5 spots. As we get closer to the end of this season, with just the 3 finishes left to get through, those 4 or 5 spots could really make a difference.
And that's a great point. And another thing I want to mention too is, if you're going to have an issue like this, it's best to have it here. Okay, we're still in the regular season. Logan's locked in. He's going to be racing for a championship this season, no matter what. You don't want to be having those kind of issues when we get into that round of 3, and then we go into the round of 2, because you really can't afford to have any mulligans when you get into the playoffs with this type of a field.
All right, the pace car down and away. Everyone fired up and ready to go for a final stage here tonight. Derek Conley, fresh off his stage 2 win, leading this field to the green flag. The 88 sees the flagman drop it, and away we go once again. Derek Conley with a huge jump.
The outside there. Big stack up on the outside. I'm not sure what happened there. That outside line just didn't get moving. Good job by everybody to avoid that.
So Conley surging ahead while the outside lane continues to flounder. Holloway still falling back. Sean Stevens going to get by. Dave Hunt in the 53 trying to get to the back bumper of the 21, but Tyler Miller moving up to the high side. So too does Stevens. Several other cars taking advantage of that opportunity to be out in front and get all the air to the nose they can.
Right now, you're going to see with Tyler Miller on that outside, you're going to see the Empire drivers all leading these lines. I'll be interested to see if you see somebody like Dan Harrington, who we haven't talked a lot about tonight. He's up front here, 4th in that low line, along with David Overstreet. He's in 3rd. Are they going to jump up there in front, try and get a little momentum?
You mentioned Dan Harrington. If you guys are interested, you can go check out his stream on Twitch. That's Demon Tech 82, as you see it here on his nose. When you do check it out, tell him that KR sent you. Well, Rick sent you too. Actually, just say Rick sent you. He'd probably appreciate that better.
I doubt it.
So the 82 machine of Dan Harrington up 16 spots from where he qualified, tying him as our biggest mover of the race with David Overstreet for right now. The 46 finding himself just a little bit ahead of the 82.
Don't look now, but them FSR guys are on that third line up there, and I think that might be Mark Mann up there behind Hunter with them. They look like they're trying to get something done up there in that outside line.
Mark Mann in the 0-4 after a great qualifying effort, finding himself mid-pack right here, but third car in this outside lane. And I can tell you, I like to run that outside lane. That's not where a lot of cars are. Things do get tight coming off the corner though. Now we got 4 cars in that outside lane as the 91 moved up with them.
Now we have all the FSR drivers up there on that outside line now, and they, with Ernie up there leading, you might see that outside line start making some hay now.
Ernie, 2 wins on the season in the 91 machine. Not, Ernie's missed a couple of races. So his 2 wins has him in the, I believe, 18th in the point standings here. As I drop my notes, I gotta shuffle everything back in together. And Ernie finding himself 16th in the point standings with those 2 wins. But like I said, he's missed a couple of races, 2 of them, I believe, to be exact. And here he is in that outside lane. Maybe going to be our first 3-time winner this season.
Yeah, Ernie's had a tremendous season this year, and he is making that outside line work as Holloway pulled up in front of him here. Let's see if he can't push on Holloway a little bit to see if he can keep that energy moving.
Conley's out in front in the 88. Robert Duvendak in the 99 to his inside, and Conley going to drop down with Tyler Miller. So Empire Motorsports teammates there staying together, working together to take over the top spot, and they have really kind of shot ahead a little bit of the 99, and he's going to take advantage of that and move up to the high side.
Yeah, he wants to get up there and mix it up too. He wants to get up there and lead these laps and get up there and lead these lines. That's where you want to be. When you're up front here at Talladega and you see all them 3 wide drivers in your mirror, that's where the wrecks are going to be happening. I want to be out in front of that.
All right, 25 cars still in this race. I say that, but it looks like maybe Logan Helton has pulled in. I am not seeing his scorecard being updated, not seeing him on the track.
Yeah,
but I do believe
he's fallen 4 laps down. I think he has retired for the night.
All right, so the 25th driver in this race, Logan Helton, calling it a night. He might get back out there, who knows? But looks like another rough one for Logan Helton. Like you said, though, he's locked in. So a good chance we'll see that 63 out next week, still in good spirits.
Yep.
Other than that, 23 cars on the lead lap. Mark Vegas still off of the lead lap. That 18 machine, the only car out on the track who is not on this lead pacing. And he's got a good shot at being back on the lead lap here. Just needs a caution.
He's just being smart right now. He's just minding his business. He sees these guys moving around up here, 3 wide. You know, they're all moving around, trying to get a little bit of gulp of air. All it takes is one mistake, and he's back on the lead lap. He's right where he needs to be right now.
Just ahead of him, that is the 51 of Travis Elliott, Aspen Belvin. Those 2 teammates running at the back of the field here. And Aspen Belvin, our inaugural OP Superspeedway champion. So he knows how to get it done as well. Travis Elliott, no stranger to a championship here. And those 2, if they could get together, they tend to find a way to get to the front.
Yeah, don't think that you have seen the last of those 2 drivers tonight. As you said, our season 1 champion, Aspen Belvin, he knows how to get it done. He is a silent killer out there. That man shows up in crunch time and he competes. Travis is back there. As we seen earlier, he had to use his quick repair. So he's back there being smart with those guys. He's not stupid. He's a Wednesday champion, multiple time winner across all platforms here in OP. He sees the way these guys are racing up there. He's no dummy when it comes to this kind of racing.
Sean McCarrick just ahead of them in the 50 machine. McCarrick in 21st. Randall Cobb in the 52. 2 drivers from Buck Wild Racing hanging out at the back of the pack here. And just ahead of them, that is Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. We saw Jimmy Reynolds take a huge hit in the back from the 18 of Mark Vega, but it looks like that damage has been fixed. The 17 still on the lead lap, finding himself in 19th spot. And one of our drivers who was able to get back on the lead lap after being one lap down, that is the 71 of Sean McCara.
And Jimmy, the fourth driver in the FSR stable, is doing a great job of back there. He's already used up his quick repair too. There's no reason for him to be up here and in the mix with his other FSR teammates right now. But Ernie did get Daniel Holloway cleared finally up there. And now you see those three drivers up there. They are starting to make some momentum and starting to make some moves up there. I'd look to see that 7 push old Ernie up there clear before long.
Ernie, one of the guys who has no qualms with going through a corner either right along the wall or just an inch off of another driver's door panel. That is what makes him so good in this high side.
Ernie is one of my favorite people to race with because he is so precise with his line. If you can hold your line, Ernie's going to hold his, and it's going to be right on top of you. But and it's going to be a clean line too. So you just take care of your business, and Ernie's going to take care of his.
Conley, Holloway, and Duvidak with a big wiggle there. Not sure what happened, but the 99 and the 88 get a little bit of separation. That's going to allow Ernie Williams to have some good speed on that high side in comparison to that middle lane. Maybe he's going to drop down here off the front stretch.
Right now, Robert is on fire. He is so hot right now. His engine temps are just raging right now. And I think he's trying to move around and get as much air as he can to his engine so that him and Derek can keep that energy in that middle lane.
Conley going to drop down to the inside. That's going to get all that air to the 99 that he needs, but he's going to fall back here because of that change. The 88 really surging ahead. Duvendak now going to see Tyler Miller jump up in front of him. Miller changes his mind about the halfway down.
There you see Miller jump up there, and they're going to look to get a run here. I guarantee you they were probably their teammates. They were probably on the radio, and Doobie was probably telling him, don't. I need air. I need to cool off. Just stay there for as long as you can, please.
They finally get linked back up in that middle lane. Derek Conley down on the bottom, and 21 of Daniel Holloway pushing hard on him. We're 3 wide. Ernie Williams still leading that lane on the outside along the wall. That's Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds up there with him. They've fallen back just a little bit.
Empire Motorsports has really just had their way with this race. They pitted earlier in that first stage and they kind of took themselves out of it. But other than that, they've been up front controlling lanes, leading laps, being up front, pushing hard. They're doing a tremendous job here tonight.
Yeah, Conley, our stage 2 winner, and now he's trying to do what he can to put himself in position to win this race. We still got quite a ways to go. We're working lap 56, about to begin lap 57 as they flash through the tri-oval. The 89 of Tyler Miller going to lead this lap.
Right now, I think them FSR guys are that outside. I think Josh and Hunter, I think they're hot right now. They're probably just buying their time a little bit, maybe waiting for the other lines to get a little bit hot. So then when they decide to push and they decide to work hard, they're going to be able to get that momentum coming back. And a big shout out to David Overstreet too, down here, 4th in the low line. Him and Dan Harrington have been up front here this whole run here. They've been doing a great job. Oh, they're touched.
Big contact, big wipeout through 3 and 4. Half the field involved in this one. Ernie Williams involved, Sean McCarrick involved. Les Levy getting a piece of it. Not really sure what happened to set this one off, but big time trouble here.
It looked to me like it looks like the 27 looked like he maybe missed a turn just a little bit, or was taking just a little bit of a late turn there and made just the slightest bit of contact with the 91 there. Purely just a racing incident, but holy smokes, that's a lot of cars torn up.
Take a look at this one. You can see him smash into the wall here. Like you said, a lot of cars getting torn up. Conley in the 88 getting involved. The 27 looks like he just drifted up into the 91 going into the corner. Starts a big chain reaction that set several cars to pit road for sure.
Maybe the 91 thought the 27 was going to be, maybe he was expecting him to run a little bit tighter line there in the middle, or maybe the 27 was just so hot there too, and the corner kind of crept up on him there quick, and he was kind of looking at his gauges. It's so easy to do. An incident like that when you're 3 wide this late into a run with your hot temperatures and you're spitting water out, I can't explain to you how easy that is to do there. Really unfortunate for those drivers.
So pit stops. The order of events for right now, the 89 leading the field on the pit road. Everyone coming down pit lane here. Ernie Williams, Mark Vega, yet to hit pit road. They had a little bit of ground to make up.
And Vega, being the smart driver he was, he missed all that. Now he's going to be back on the lead lap.
Race off of pit road. Going to be won by David Overstreet in the 46. A very quick pit stop for the 46, and he comes away with that one quite handedly. Great job by that team.
Checker flag has been on a roll lately, and to see David Overstreet getting up front and starting to lead laps, that's great for him and that team. David Overstreet's been racing for championships and a lot of wins in the other series. It hasn't translated over to this series as much. That can be a different factor, though.
Overstreet taking out that blue cone. Thank you very much, driver of the 46. I hate that thing. Drives me nuts.
And to clean it up a little bit, I do see Logan Helton back out there again, so I wonder if he might have fell out of the server yet one more time, because he is even more laps down. But he is back on track, though.
Yeah, not a good night for the 63. Sounds like his internet letting him down. Tammy Helton keeping us up to date in YouTube chat on that. And Logan, tough break, man, but we appreciate you keeping it out there, trying to do what you can. And that, Rick, we had that one big one. A lot of fast repairs got used up there.
Yep. You're going to see a lot of the racing different now, okay? A lot of the drivers, that just woke up a lot of drivers, okay? A lot of drivers now are going to be on their last car. They're going to be in ride mode. They're going to want to get to that last pit stop before they move on and they start getting racy and antsy again too. And another thing to think about is we got green white checkers to think about also. You want to make sure when that last pit stop, you're going to be taking enough fuel for those green white checkers.
Yeah, never forget the opportunity of going in overtime, and all it takes is just one little miscalculation on the fuel, especially when you throw in an overtime. Few drivers hitting pit road here before the lights go out on the pace car to top off their tanks. They're going to restart from the tail end of the longest line. Logan Helton in the 63 gets another wave around. Helton last on pit road just about 12 laps ago, or sorry, yeah, we'll say 8 laps ago, if I could do math. Holy cow, KR. 8 laps ago.
And you've seen drivers like Robert Duvendeck, Ernie Williams, Randall Cobb, Aspen Melvin, they all topped off. Travis Elliott and Aspen weren't. Robert was involved in that wreck. Ernie was involved in that wreck. I'm going to top off here, and I'm going to stay at the back, and I'm going to make sure I save this car. That's good, smart race car drivers right there.
Oh, that was not something I was known for.
And it looks like Josh Milam's night might be over with too, because he had that earlier incident in that second stage, and then I think he was a part of this incident here too.
Yeah, Josh Milam sitting on pit road for the last 4.5 minutes. If he can't get back out there, Logan Helton has an opportunity to get by somebody. He is just 9 laps behind Josh Milam.
Yeah, Josh Milam, last year's champion, is no slouch to winning here in the OP, and he has struggled this season. It seems like, and he has 2 wins this season, but it just seems like if he isn't winning, it seems like he's running into other people's messes. You know, that's unfortunate for that team, but they'll get that straightened out before the chase. They're a good team. He's a terrific driver. They'll get it figured out.
Lights out on the pace car as we make the turn off at turn number 4 onto the front stretch. Safety vehicle gonna head for pit lane and park itself, hopefully for the rest of this race, but if not, we're gonna see a lot of great action leading up to it. David Overstreet, by virtue of an outstanding pit stop, going to restart on the inside of row 1 with Tyler Miller on his outside, then the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 04 of Mark Mann for row 2. As the green flag comes out, we get right back into it. Side by side we go. So far, everyone getting through the gearbox cleanly and quickly.
Now, if I'm a driver after that wreck, I'm settling in here. I just want to log some laps. Let's get to another pit stop here, gentlemen.
46 has the advantage for the moment. The 53 of Dave Hunt pushing on his back bumper. Now that outside lane starting to chug along down the backstretch, and they are now door to door even with each other.
And Dave Hunt's a great driver here. He's going to take good care of David O down there. They're just going to maintain their spots. They're going to be smart. They're going to try and make sure they get to have clean cars here.
Overstreet staying down on the yellow line. Dave Hunt staying glued to his back bumper. Tyler Miller seeing the 04 get outside of him. Looked like Mark Mann maybe wanting to get a little air to it, or maybe just losing contact with him and slowly bringing it in.
I think Mark Mann thought that Tyler was clear there and was going to go down, but Tyler, I think, likes that middle lane, and I think he wants Mark Mann pushing on him. I know I like Mark pushing on me. Mark's one of the best pushers out there, and Mark's going to get it done for you here. As you see, they're starting to get a little momentum here on this outside.
Overstreet in the 46, falling behind here. Mark Mann in the 04, clearing the 46, but Tyler Miller staying in the middle lane. And that was a very close for Mark Mann and David Overstreet.
Yeah, Mark Mann did a good job of pushing him out there, getting them both cleared, and then I think he decided there earlier on that if you're not going to take it, I'm going to take it, because I think he wants that fresh air and he wants to be out front a little bit.
So the 89 has the advantage going into turn number 1. Stays in that middle lane. He's not giving up on that lane. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds pushing on his back bumper when we see Hunter Reynolds drop down to the inside to try and get by the 89.
I think you will. I think these cars, they just, the way they overheat and the way they spit out water so much, I think you're going to want to get fresh air to that car as soon as you can as he goes low.
Now the 26 dropping down right there, taking over that top spot for the moment.
Everybody likes to have Mark Mann pushing on him, okay? Because Mark's a good pusher. He takes care of the guy he's pushing. Yeah, he pushes. He's an aggressive pusher, but he pushes in spots where it's savable for the guy out front. You know what I mean? He's really crafty, and he always seems to make his way up to the front here late in these races.
Hunter Reynolds in the 26. Out in front of the 04. 2 lanes of racing. After being 3 wide for so long, it looks like maybe everyone trying to settle in for 2 wide a little bit before we ramp things up to bring in the checkered flag. But Rick, we had that big one. Now, as a driver, you've mentioned it. You've had to use your fast repair. You're on your final car, but yet you're running up front in the middle of this lead pack. What's your mindset here if you're the 00 of Rob Connors?
If I'm the 00 of Rob Connors, I'm probably going to go up to that 3rd lane and then go back to the back behind of Robert Duvendak. Because right now, that's what we call the eye of the storm, okay? If something happens, he has really no escape route. He's got cars behind him that are probably not going to see, and then they're going to hit him. He might not be able to get slowed down enough. It's just, I don't feel like that's a good spot for him. But hey, that's why I'm holding the microphone and he's holding the wheel.
99 of Robert Duveneck tucking back in as he shot up towards the wall there. The 99 blending in behind the 52 of Randall Cobb. And right now the outside lane has a lot more cars in it than the inside, Rick.
Yeah, they're really not pushing right now. Everybody's just minding their P's and Q's, keeping those temps nice. Everybody just watching, looking for any kind of bobbles, looking for anything happening. They're all being really smart right now, and that's the way they should be.
So the 26 of Hunter Reynolds continues to lead. And Rick, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing that 71 of Sean McCara on the outside starting to get a little run here with his teammate of Casey Gilchrist behind him. They're starting to make some momentum up there on that outside line. I think they want to start racing and start getting up front of these lines.
Vapid Yeet Racing drivers Casey Gilchrist, Sean McCara working together there. Travis Elliott in the 51 and Aspen Belvin in the 84. The rest of the quad team of Vapid Yeet. Good grief, big word threw me off. But the 51 and the 84 at the back of the pack, and we see the 71 and the 13 at the front.
Yeah, and we've already seen it before. Those guys, the 13 and the 71, could be working really hard here to try and get Tyler clear. But I don't think Tyler's going to take that low line. I think he's going to stay up there. I think you're going to have to push clear enough to where that second driver, the 71, can get down in front of the 26, and that is extremely hard to do with the 26 and the 04 hooked up on that low line.
And I have had to use Google to look up the word. The word I was looking for was quartet. So that mystery's solved. We can throw quad out of words I never wish to say again.
Look at Derek Conley going up to that third line. I think he's tired of just riding around up there in that second lane. I think he wants to try and make something happen here.
Rob Connors thinking about it as well. The 00 sliding up, but not fully committing to it. Derek Conley in the 88, however, has, and now the 00 does make that commitment. He's on the high side, and Conley going to close into his back bumper.
And they might be able to do something here too, because the 71 might have be a little bit hot behind Tyler Miller, and the 04 pushing on the 26. His temps might not be ideal either, as they all just hung out Tyler Miller.
So Miller in the middle section there gets left out to dry, the 77. David Booth closing in on him. Now we're going to have 4 cars in the middle. The 71 drops down to the inside. That's going to leave the 13 to lead the charge in the third lane, but Booth and Connors getting very close here.
A checker flag racing really hard there. Everybody got through that.
Connors brushing the wall down the backstretch. That 00 gathers it back in, staying tight behind the 13. Meanwhile, all this going on, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds has been leading without really much of a challenge to his lead. The 04 Mark Mann, you mentioned it, great pusher, still tucked in tight behind the 26.
Yeah, he's going to have to go to work here quickly, though, because the 71 and the 13, as well as David Booth, they're going to get hooked up here on this middle lane here. You can see Doovie starting to come into the picture here a little bit, too. They're all going to start working that middle lane. And what we saw earlier, that middle lane prevails, so that low line is going to have to go to work here shortly.
All right, so now it's time to start thinking about when you make your final pit stop, because I think we're going to see one more pit stop. Rick, if you can do the math, I think we can get about 20 laps of fuel. We saw our stage 1 drivers stretch it that far, so if someone's been saving, drivers last on pit road on lap 58, we're working lap 70 here.
I think for me, if I was out there and in my team, anytime I get to that lap 80, lap 81 window, that's when I think I'm going to go in. Because I want to make sure when I go in, I'm not going back in again. That's going to be my final stop of the night.
Well, we're going to creep up on that. That is a little bit far on this fuel run, but somebody might be able to make it to hit that lap 80, lap 81. As you mentioned, that is 10 laps away. We're working lap 71 right here.
And that's where it might come in. You know, them drivers, the 99, the 91, those guys that topped off earlier, the Travis Elliott's, our season 1 champion of Aspen, those guys all topped off. Some of them guys up front didn't, like Hunter, Akira, those guys didn't top off, and they are burning maximum fuel. Whereas Ernie, those guys in the back, they might be saving a little bit here, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Checking the speeds at the line, the 26, his lap time of a 50.60 compared to his best lap time of a 49.9, so half a second slower. Everyone a little bit slower than what they can run at full tilt, so maybe that's something on their minds.
Yeah, right now the 26 and the 71, there's just no way that they could save any fuel, and I don't even think the 04 can even save a whole lot of fuel right here. He's working hard to keep Hunter up there, because that middle lane, they're trying to keep that energy and they're trying to keep that position up there.
With that being said, Rick, you know, we're on lap 72 here, getting ready to start lap 73. Gonna have 22 laps to go, so if you can make it another 2 laps, you're almost in for the rest of our regular scheduled distance.
Yeah, you're right. So if they go the next 3 or 4 laps, they are completely fine. You know, they'll be fine in the 94 lap race. Yeah, they only have to do 20 some laps. They'll be fine if they could go another 2-3 laps, maybe a 4th one for a green white checkered. I think they'll be just fine.
So with that little bit of information, you think we're going to see someone hit pit road as soon as that fuel window opens?
They better, I think, because we seen it earlier with the Empire drivers when they got on pit road and they set the tone and they got on and off together as a group and they got organized. You've seen how much faster they were with the pack. So I think getting this last money stop in, being organized, nailing this pit stop, I think you're going to see those guys prevail.
So the 71 takes over the race lead as he dropped down to the inside in front of the 26, and that outside lane's starting to fizzle out. Rick, I don't know if you've known that, but when that outside lane starts to drop back, a few cars starting to blend into the inside, that's usually a good sign that green flag pit stops are on the horizon.
That tells you everything you need to know. Orders have been made on pit road. Crew chiefs are doing their work, their due diligence. Hey, let my guy in. We need to come into pit road. And you know, and there's a good amount of drivers out there that will help each other out and get each other down and take care of one another. Now, when it comes to late in this race, not so much, but you know, early on, yeah.
All right, now my internet's being a little flaky. Logan Helton had some internet connections. Now mine's being goofy, so hopefully y'all are still here with me as we try and get back into this. And Rick, I don't know about you, but we're going to bring in one other person into the booth here tonight, and that's someone that has crashed out, and that is the driver of the 7, Josh Milam.
Josh, welcome,
fellas. What is going on, man? Good to see you back, Rick. Good to hear
Thanks,
your voice,
man.
buddy.
Appreciate it. I hate that you had a rough end to your night, but man, it's been really fun to watch out there.
Yeah, you know how it is. It's part of it. Having fun. But I'm here. Decided to see if I can get up here and get a few laps in with you guys. Might pop back down in the team chat. Comes to the final lap. See if I can give them guys some help.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole new perspective too. I prefer to hold the wheel, but tonight I'll hold the mic. That's for sure.
Oh no, it's fun to get up here and have a different perspective of what's going on out there.
Yeah, something different for sure.
All right, so I got 2 drivers in the booth with me here, and Mixmaster PJ asked a perfect question for 2 drivers in the booth. How much should the pit window change with 2 green-white checkers?
Well, I think
Well, for me, with 2 green white checkers, I'm going to make sure I'm not going to hit my window until I know I have enough for at least 1 green white checker. Because if we have enough for another green white checker, I could probably, as a driver, save enough, you know, under caution, to at least try and get that 2nd green white checker. So you're going to see a lot of these drivers probably peeling off here before long. I don't even know the longer these guys run, if they're going to even take a full tank. Some of these drivers might even take a little bit less than a full tank to try and gain a little bit more track position, and that if we do get that caution late, they might be able to save enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I was mid-sentence, and then I pulled up the broadcast, and I had us talking in the chat, and then I heard voices in the background, and it's confusing me. But anyway, I know that as I wrecked out there and come back to those guys, they can run this fuel out right here. They'll have to make one more stop. That last stop, which if you run this tank dry, you'll have enough for all green white checkers. You'll be good. And that's like Rick said, depends what you want to do. You want to get in there early and your stop will be shorter, you'll have less fuel to put in. So you get in there early, put in some fuel, get out, have just enough to finish the race. Or you can run this tank dry, pit, fill it up completely, and then you'll be good for the remainder of the green white checkers and all. It's just a big strategizing. How you feeling about the race? If you think there's going to be cautions coming out, if you think it's going to go green the rest of the way.
Here comes some right now peeling off. Looks like the Empire guys are coming to pit road.
Tyler Miller, Robert Duvendak, and Derek Conley in the 88 all on the pit lane. We saw them pit early last time. They were the first ones on the pit road. They did have a few more cars with them when that happened, but they had all the momentum on their side and showed that if you were going to pit, doing it early was the right choice.
And I do think that's the right choice, to be the first one in, to be the first ones off, and with your teammates, be organized, get out there, and I think you can gain a little bit of track position on these guys.
Oh yeah, that's great with them. You know, they're getting in. The fuel's going to be less fuel to put in, and they'll be in and out just like that. They'll be fast too.
Look at this group coming. This is everybody.
Big group of smoke. Everyone trying to slow it down on the pit road. I think the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds got into the wall a little bit. We'll see how much that affects him. The 71 into his pit stall. He locks him up. He's going to overshoot his pit box.
That's really going to hurt him there, man.
Great job by this big of a group here to pit all together like that and not really run into the back of them. That just really speaks to the talent level here in the Monday series in OP for sure.
We go on board with the 88 of Derek Conley. Everyone else down and away, starting to get up to speed. Conley has all the momentum, but is he too far back? He's going to make quick work of some of the guys down here on the bottom. In fact, he might even make quick work of everyone going through the apron of 1 and 2.
I think you're going to see that 88 leading this field here, probably going into turn 3. The 99 is all over him. They are working really hard together here. But that front group with Hunter and Mark Van and them, they did get off pretty well here, so they might have their work cut out for them.
Looks like Mark's got a little bit of damage still on that left rear, so I think he's saving that repair maybe for the end of the race, unless he's used it already. We're going to be a little slow here.
So the 26 of Hunter Reynolds has the 04 of Markman on his back bumper. Conley getting closer like a shark stalking an injured fish. He is slowly fishing his way forward.
And you see the advantages right there. Those guys just coming in 1 lap earlier. They got up to speed, they got organized, and they're going to be racing for the lead here, probably coming off of 2.
Everyone up to full speed, so we're going to have a big pack to battle it out for 14 laps. The 88 still surging forward. He's now going to go door to door with the 04 Markman.
And now you're not going to see anybody riding anymore. Everybody out there is going to be racing hard. Good move there by Derek to get clear. Get some fresh air to that 99.
So Josh, that 7 machine, not a good night for you, but you're up here in the booth. Now, you know, we got 14 laps to go. The 88, the 99 teammates locking out these 2 rows here. What's it going to take to say if you are the 26 of Hunter Reynolds to get by the 88 and the 99?
You just got to get in there and create some separation. You know that we're gonna work together now. They're gonna be moving around here a lot. Last 15 laps to go. But all these guys are going to put themselves in the best situation to win here. But Hunter, he's just got to push Derek as hard as he can until he can get that nose on Doovie there and be able to clear him.
Rick, we're going down the back stretch, 13 laps to go. The 88 of Derek Conley out in front. Duvendak falling back a little bit here. Hunter Reynolds gonna have some room to make a move.
Looks like he had clear for a moment. He's clear. He's gonna go. Looks like he's staying with Derek.
He's staying for now.
This might be some old team stuff right here.
I hear you.
These guys were teammates for two, 3 seasons, somewhere like that. So.
And they work so well together. I mean, if I'm Hunter right now, I don't really have a whole lot of urgency if I'm Hunter right now. Okay, I have plenty of laps left. I'm in a good spot. I got a good pusher behind me that's not going to put me in a bad spot. So I think if I'm Hunter, I'm in a pretty good spot right here. You know, he's not a 2-time champion for a reason. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's a very smart driver, and he's gonna take care of those temperatures, and he's gonna make sure he's in a good spot here late.
He knows what he's doing, and I think he's gonna keep himself safe down there on that bottom line at least to the end until he has to make a move. He's very content where he's at.
Yes.
So Conley in the 88, hugging that yellow line, keeping the left side tires maybe just a tire width off of that yellow line. Duvendak in the 99 has a teammate behind him in Tyler Miller. So Empire Motorsports kind of locking out the top 3-4 depending on where Miller is at the time. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 representing FSR, and the 04 of Mark Mann for Alliance Motorsports.
And Empire Motorsports has been up front all night long. They have been running these lines and have been doing a great job of switching things up. They're sitting good for a great finish here tonight.
Casey Gilchrist in the 13 moving up to the high side there. Fastest lap of the race being just turned last time around by the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. So business starting to pick up here.
Oh, look now. Here comes that third line. Randall Cobb up there on that high side.
Oh, you know Travis Elliott's going to be up there.
Yes, he is.
Travis's teammate Casey Gilchrist, and you got a strong 52 leading that pack. If they can pinch it hard through these turns and keep that momentum, then they'll make a heck of a run.
Yes, they will. Especially since the 99 will get hot here eventually, and he will have to cool off. And when they do, they need to be in the good position to pounce and make sure they take advantage.
Yes, sir. That's about the biggest thing. You know, you wait to form that third line until those guys start and get hot up there. Lanes 1 and 2, and then that third line can move.
Josh, you was out on track tonight in the pack. How long does it take for these cars to get hot when you're pushing on somebody?
Well, tonight, it seemed like you could go a little longer than normal. Normally, you could go a hard 2 laps maybe. But tonight, I think the track is a little cooler. Everything's a little cooler tonight, so you can go a little longer. But it's still getting hot pretty quick. So
it still don't take long.
You still got to work it. Like
So
I said, that third lane is super hard to keep cool up there. So see what happens with them.
Conley's still working that bottom lane. He's been up into the middle as Hunter Reynolds and made the pass on him. He got back by, dropped down to the inside. Duvendak in the 99 now going to drop down to the inside, and he slides in front of the 88. Our third lane being led by the 52 of Randall Cobb. 9 laps to go as they make their way off of turn number 4.
And that third line has fallen apart. Seems like everybody's given up on Randall Cobb, but it looks like Ernie and Travis Elliott are going to go low, so Randall is going to drop.
I think what you're going to see here is Casey Gilchrist going up top. Followed, yep, he's going to pop up maybe with his teammate Travis Elliott. I was waiting for it. Ernie Williams is up there now, and you just got to watch out for those boys.
Yeah, if I'm Travis Elliott right now, I am very pleased with Ernie behind me as Casey does pop up.
Absolutely, Ernie. It'll scare you sometimes. Ernie behind you. He rides so close, and he never touches your bumper.
Never.
Never. He just rides right there behind you.
He is one of the best at making momentum and keeping that momentum up there, which is key.
Ernie, oh, there he is. I thought we lost him for a moment. He's moved down to that middle lane there. Got Miller up here battling for the top spot in the second lane. So that's a big name right there. That Miller, he hasn't been in iRacing but about 5-6 months, man, and he'd come in our feeders, and he's been killing it here lately.
And I said that at the beginning of the race too. I don't even know why we call him a rookie. He certainly doesn't act like one. He doesn't race like one. He races like a veteran, man. That guy, he's good, man. He's there all the time.
Yep, doing a great job.
down the backstretch with 7 laps to go. Business has picked up. Drivers are very doing the snaking move down the backstretch almost every single lap. And so far, every time that they're wiggling, everyone has found a little bit of room to give. But you guys, y'all know, the closer we get to the end, the smaller that room becomes.
And you see all these cars, they're starting to move around a little bit more. They're trying to get a little bit of air to that front end. Just a little gulp might be enough to get that driver in front of them clear, as these guys are really starting to move around now.
This Empire team, man, they're putting themselves in a great spot. Three of them up front. They got numbers on everyone else right now to work together. They're hooked up here, so 99, he's no stranger to this lead position in the winner's circle, so he very well could pull one out, him with 88, and then Miller, he's looking for his first win.
Duvendak slides down in front of the 88, Tyler Miller in the 89. Still in that middle lane, that third lane, Casey Gilchrist, as we got contact there. Randall Cobb in the 52, got it out of shape. Not sure if that was Ernie Williams that they made contact with, but big moment there. We stay green, and we're going to come to 5 laps to go.
I think Doobie's playing the momentum game here, and he's keeping his teammates cool, moving up and down. He's got it made on both lines right now. I believe both sides are going to push him.
It's a smart thing to do. Those guys are being, if it's just a matter of time before they put the total race together, there's just too much talent on that team, and they've proven it tonight.
Watch for Derek to get clear here. Derek's hunting for that win too. He's missed some races this year, and he's on the bubble of getting into that chase, and he hasn't missed a chase, I don't believe, since he's been in this league. He's really hunting for that win.
So Doobie in the 99 can see the slower car of Sean McCarrick. McCarrick already off the lead lap. Duvendak going to have to figure out where he wants to go, and McCarrick makes it easy. He drops down to the inside, down below the racing line.
Third lane of Tracy Gilchrist, they are really pinching that low lane now. Look at them, they are really pinching hard, but they are starting to make momentum.
Man, they need one more car up there, and I think they would get it rolling.
I think so too.
So Doobie's doing a fantastic job right now, keeping himself out in that lead.
Gotta make that car as wide as possible, but really becomes easy when you're doing it amongst your teammates, the 88 and the 89, working together with the 99 here, and they have kept the rest of this field in check.
And Doobie's in that preferred line too, coming back to the checkered. I just feel like that middle lane just gets a little bit more energy to come back, especially when you got that pusher behind you that wants to have you get that push.
Yeah, watch 26. He's finally got the best position for himself right now.
If he's going to make something happen here.
Goes.
Right now, that 26 needs Mark Mann to work really hard behind him here and try and keep that momentum on that low line.
Ooh, we got trouble at the back.
Oh, they saved it. Wow.
They saved it. Nice job.
Wow, great save.
If Dave Hunt can stay up there tucked in with the 04, I think that low line, they could make something happen here.
I believe this bottom lane, right now, if that third lane stays hooked up top and they're about equal with that second lane, I believe the bottom lane might be where you want to be leading come to the end of the race, because that third lane's going to pull some momentum off that middle lane. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it usually during the race. But we'll see. Right now, he's carrying ahead of steam. So
yes, he is. Tight racing right there. They are all just grouped up there.
Coming to 2 laps to go now. Drivers getting down to the nitty gritty of this one. Man, I'll tell you what, we got 15 cars in this lead pack. The 52 is Randall Cobb in the 52. Wiggled down the backstretch. We're in trouble. Derek Conley gonna go around.
Oh, Hunter. What do you? Oh.
Hunter Reynolds down on the bottom. He's gonna blend up.
He got it.
Now we're still working our way through that one. Green flag still stays out, and now the 99 and Duvendak's going to go around.
It's one car, still green.
White flag in the hands. If we can get across the line, no yellow is going to slow this race down, and Casey Gilchrist takes the white flag. We go in to the final lap And on the outside, the 51 of Travis Elliott, who I talked about just a little bit ago, saying, hey, he's at the back of the pack with his teammate Aspen Belvin, but watch out, they'll find a way to the front. Well, here he is, the 51 machine, making his way down the backstretch on the outside of the 13. But can Casey Gilchrist find a way to pick up his first win of the season as a rookie? The 13 down on the bottom, Sean McCare pushing hard on him. They are
Ernie
wiggling.
Williams, they're gonna have a great run coming back.
Oh Lord, what is that?
Here we go, down for the final time. The flagman with the flag in his hands. The 13 has it, but a strong run on the outside from Travis Elliott. He's going to get it.
Tremendous run. Great job by those guys.
Great race, great inning. Not sure what happened with all the spinning, but it was fun to watch there.
So Travis Elliott picks up the win here at Talladega. Ernie Williams scored in second. Casey Gilchrist going to round out the podium with a third place finish.
Great job by all those guys, man. You could tell the momentum coming back to the line there. It just seemed like they just fell back just enough. And with Ernie being the veteran and the solid pusher he was, you could tell that they were just going to have so much momentum coming back. Great job by Ernie, and congratulations to Travis.
So an outstanding run by all of our drivers. The 51 going to pull onto the front stretch and celebrate this win with a big burnout and smoke show, I am sure, and well earned. That 51 never really showed much of his hands here tonight, and picked up the win by playing that card close to his chest.
Remember, he blew up early, and he just hung out in the back, and he just was smart and just waited, and then when it was time to go, it was time to go.
So Elliott picks up his first win of the season, and let's get right into it and talk to the driver of the 51 who picked up that win. Travis Elliott, you got your ears on, bud?
Hey, KR, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, but probably not as excited as you are. You pick up your first win of the season here tonight at Talladega, now with 2 races to go in the regular season.
Yeah, two season drought in the Monday nights, and oh man, what a finish! What a finish, KR.
Well, walk us through that last lap, as that one was a wild one and looked like that 51 maybe came out of nowhere to pull it off.
Yeah, there was at that last green flag stop. Me and Ernie were kind of far away, and we pulled up to the field, and I knew that coming to the end of the race, I wanted to position my car to be on that middle line and not be anywhere near the bottom and get trapped down there, because that's just a death sentence essentially. And we made a move up to the top. We tried early with I think it was Randall. Wasn't really going anywhere, and then we hopped back in line because we thought a lap car was going to stay high, and got Casey clear. They were giving us so much room on that outside line. We were pretty much driving in the second lane with the middle line, and I kept yelling at Casey to pinch, and they were giving it to us, and we made it work. And can't think of anything better than racing a teammate for a win. I told him good luck on the last lap, and Ernie just had that little bit extra push coming to the line.
All right, Travis, well, solid race win for you here tonight. Any other shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, you guys at Turn 3. It's a great product to go back and watch, and just watch the guys drive, and it's always fun to be in the booth too. So I want to thank our admins, league owners, my teammates Aspen, Casey, Sean, Alex, who's not here right now. Just want to thank the 84 for this beautiful Supra. I was a little iffy on running it tonight because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to push like I want to, but doesn't matter if you're leading the race.
Great philosophy, and nice job, Travis Elliott, picking up that win. Once again, man, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, congrats, Travis. Awesome job, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, now we're going to move on to our second place finisher, And Rick, I don't know about you, but I'm going to let you take this one away and let you talk to Ernie Williams, who brought it home in second.
Big Ernie, tremendous race out there tonight, man. I can't tell you how much I love watching you race, man. Tell me about your run coming back to the checkered.
Well, we was out there on that outside line, man, and we really wasn't going nowhere. It was kind of hard. There was only 3 of us up there. The middle lane was, we're racing hard, so nobody's going to be holding perfect lines. Everybody's trying to draft her hard. So we wasn't all like in sequence where we was running, like we was tethering in the corners. We had to move up a little bit, and it was just slowing us down forever. Then they got into it a little bit, and it just separated enough. Then Casey went down, went down to the bottom lane. Just left me and Travis the outside lane, and then once we come down to the middle lane, I felt kind of good coming out of 4. You know what I mean? I had my stuff cooled down just enough to where I think I could have got on him and pushed him to the thing, and I don't know who spun, but somebody spun off the lead guy on the bottom lane, which kind of pretty much just. I mean, I probably could have pushed Travis to the win. I felt like I could have, regardless if that guy stayed there. But me getting second probably was the benefit of him spinning. Now the guy second row there, letting me get around the leader there. But man, it was fun. That was intense for a while. We was 3 wide for a good bit there, and even at the end right there where we come out of the last pit stops, and then me and Travis was a ways back. Man, I was like, man, I really didn't even know if we was gonna get back there to him. But once we did, we had enough laps. I was like. And if that third lane would have just opened up for us to lead through it, I think we'd have been a little bit better. But, it's just tough racing there, man. You know how it is, Rick.
Yeah, that momentum coming back to the checkered, man. I seen it happening with the way you guys were coming in that middle lane. It just seemed like that middle lane all night long when you had 2 cars hooked up like that. It just seemed like they just had some extra horsepower. Is that kind of what you were feeling too?
Well, I didn't run the middle lane that much. I laid back pretty much all race, and then and really the only time I did do any racing, I was in the third lane pretty much the whole time there when Josh was behind me. We led that, I come up through there a little bit when he got into some trouble there, but then I just laid back. I used my fast repair, and I just, I really didn't run much in that middle lane. You know me, I'll lay in the back. I hate that lane with the passion. You know me, so as soon as I can get to that third lane, man, that's if I'm going to do some racing, that's where I want to be.
I know there's no quit in that FSR stable, but let me ask you this: when you guys had that incident, when you guys were up there in that third lane, and you had to use that quick repair that early, was there ever any doubt?
Nah. We were doing all right. I think Josh had used his, but like I said, man, you almost got to save sometimes. I mean, it's a strategy, just how to use your fast repair every week. It's like, do you try to go for stage points or do you not? I mean, because honestly, being in the chase, I'm in the chase, so the stage points would be nice. Some wins, there's a few playoff points and stuff, but sometimes, man, it's just I can't qualify enough to really shoot my thing for me to really get up there. So that's just why I just lay back, man. I think that's just the best way for me to do it. And just hopefully I can get up there with a couple guys on the third lane and make something happen.
Awesome job tonight. Super impressed with your performance out there tonight, Ernie. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Yep. Thanks, man. Thanks for guys back at FSR. Josh, I know he wanted a better finish tonight. We got in a little trouble and stuff. I think Hunter 5th or so, but all in all, good run for me. Good points tonight. Congratulations on Travis and, Kaylee for the second or third, and hope you're doing better, Rick. Glad to see you back, man. Love it, and hopefully we get back here next Monday.
Yes, sir. This was fun. Good job.
Yep, thanks, son.
All right, now we got just one more to go through, and Josh Milam, I'm going to let you talk to our third place finisher.
Oh man, Casey Gilchrist, you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
What is up? Congratulations on that win. I don't know if you've got a win yet in Monday nights. Have you got one yet?
I got third place, man.
Third? Oh, you got third place. I'm sorry. Either way, it's top 3. It's a heck of a finish here in OP on Monday nights. How you feeling about the race, that finish especially?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. That was my first top 3 on the Monday night, so that feels good to finally get that monkey off my back.
There you go. Tell us about that third line, man. We saw you racing up there for quite some time. Tell us how that went.
Yeah, I was trying to get the top lane working. I had my teammate, who I'd like to say congratulations to Travis for winning this tonight. Awesome job. I had him behind me, a couple other cars lined up. I was pinching the middle lane pretty good, trying to get the run, but inside line had a really fast line. Middle was pretty good, so I just really couldn't get much hooked up there.
Yeah, it's tough to get it rolling, but you guys did it, and like I said, you guys were up there for a while. You had all eyes on you for quite some time. Everybody was watching you, and you guys made it work, and things happened, and You guys got the first and third, big finish with the teammates. Don't know where that puts you going into the chase, but a couple races left. Think you're going to sneak you a win out?
It's tough to say on a win, but my only goal coming into tonight's race was get as many points as I could. I'm not sure how stage 1's going to work out yet, but got some stage 2 and got a good finish, so hopefully those points will boost me up, and just going to try to run consistent for the next 2 races.
That's awesome, man. Like I said, I always look forward to racing you each week, and congratulations on your top 3 there. It's big, gives you momentum for the next week, but I'll hand this back over to KR.
All right, good job, Casey. Any other thank yous, wishes, I love yous you need to give?
I just want to say thanks to my buddy Sean, who was pushing me there at the end. He got into some trial issues there at the end, so he didn't get the finish he should have, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been there at the end, so shout out to him.
All right, Casey, nice job, and once again, congratulations on 3rd place.
I just want to ask, is Rick actually in here?
Yes,
yes, sir, right here.
Hey, Rick, I just want to say it's good to hear you again. Glad you're doing well, and on behalf of all of OP, we cannot wait to see you back out on the track, man.
I appreciate that, man. I've had nothing but love, man, and I hope to reciprocate that someday, man. I appreciate all the well wishes, man. It means a lot.
Like I said, man, glad to hear you're doing good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thanks again, and talk to y'all soon.
See you, Casey.
That is Casey Gilchrist, our 3rd place finisher. So, guys, what do you say we wrap this up by going through the results here really quick? Our top 3 already getting an interview. Travis Elliott, your winner. Ernie Williams, Casey Gilchrist. 4th place going to Daniel Holloway. Hunter Reynolds rounding out your top 5. 6th place going to Tyler Miller. Rob Connor 7th. 8th, Mark Mann. 9th, James Mayer. 10th, Dave Hunt. Randall Cobb 11th. 12th, Sean Stevens. Derek Conley 13th. 14th, Dan Harrington. Aspen Belvin finishing in 15th. 16th goes to Robert Duvendeck. 17th place, Les Levy. Mark Vega in 18th. 19th going to David Booth. And 20th, Sean McCara. Jimmy Reynolds, first car not on the lead lap, 21st. David Overstreet, 22nd. Sean McCarrick, 23rd. Josh Milam, the scrub that he is, 24th. And Logan Helton in 25th spot here tonight. So, guys, this race done and over with. Both of you in the booth with me for the first time. So, give me some closing thoughts here. And Rick, we'll open it with you. What'd you think?
I think Empire is going to be a force to be reckoned with here. If not next week, the following week, or probably in the chase, man. Those guys, they pitted in that first stage, which kind of took them out of it, but they all still came back and got stage points, I believe. But after that, those guys were up front all night long, moving the lanes, leading laps, and doing what they wanted up front. If it wouldn't have fell apart there a little bit late, you would probably have seen at least 2 of those Empire drivers in the top 3, if not a 1-2-3 finish for those guys. So they are getting it together, and we all know it's just a matter of time with that kind of talent level in that field. But they are coming, and the rest of this league had better be ready for them, because when they start winning, the floodgates are going to open up, and it's going to be trouble for everybody else.
And Josh, you had a shorter race than you would have liked, so tell us a little bit about what it was like being in the booth here for the final few laps.
Oh, I had a pleasure, man, and I look forward to getting in this booth any chance that I can, and I do want to apologize if the sound was too loud. If I join again, I'll make sure that's corrected next time, so you don't have to hear that. But yeah, it's always a pleasure to get up here with you guys, and adding on to what Rick's saying about Empire. Yeah, they're a powerhouse. Like I said, I was teammates with Derek, raced with him for about 5 seasons now, and this season he's not with me. But those guys that he's racing with, man, they're strong. They're no rookie to this, and they know what they're doing. So it only takes the right moment to get hot, get your wins in, get your points, get in that chase, and get hot at the end of the season, and then you could be dangerous.
Yeah, not just to add to that, there's a lot to be said in this business about momentum. And when one of them gets a win, that momentum, and it's going to snowball, and it's going to be hard to deal with.
All right, guys. Well, man, I got to tell you what, very excited to share the booth with both of you here tonight. Josh was an unexpected surprise, so tough luck for you in the race, man, but thanks for coming up here. And Rick, glad that you were here all night. Man, I want to see you on the track, but just know you got an open door here anytime you want.
I I loved it, man. This is fun. I don't ever get to do this kind of broadcast and stuff very much, but I had a lot of fun tonight. It's awesome to see this kind of racing from this perspective. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for letting me join you.
Yeah, I think I'll put myself in some sketchy situations more often. That way I can get up in here.
For real.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. We look forward to seeing you next week, as there's just 2 races remaining in the regular season. So until next week, y'all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.